In what ways does your product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products? My front cover. There is a pretty cover star on the right hand side covering about 2/3 of the page. This is the main image. This is very similar to the We Love Pop one, where the cover star is in the same position on the page. There is a masthead at the top of the page on the left hand side. Now their masthead is more squarish in a box, which isn't very conventional of a magazine. Normally it is like mine, which is along the top. And so I have developed these conventions of their one, but really I've stuck to more typical conventions in the whole magazine industry. The piece of text that acts as the main cover line here is the artist's name, so mine's Julia's and theirs is Cheryl Cole. And it's in a bright colour with a strong font so it stands out, and it's also at an angle. This is very conventional of their magazine. Another piece of the main cover line is the quote that's directly underneath it, which is a pull quote from their main article that will attract the audience. This is on both of the magazines. In the left-hand bottom corner is a cover line about fashion, including pictures of clothes. I took these myself and put them on the cover with a puff, which is a big star to make it stand out. Buzzwords like find out first and exclusive on mine to match the ones like best interview and amazing mag to match the We Love Pop magazine. These are to attract the target audience because they like to feel like they're getting something exclusive that other people won't have. There's also a cover line at the top of the page to make use of the space. It will also be stacked on the shelf, and so this might be the actual first one that the customers see in supermarkets or newsagents, and so this will be the main thing that attracts the target audience at first glance. Another thing that will really attract the target audience when they walk past is the bright colour scheme that stands out. The colours are predominantly very stereotypically girly colours. Mine are pink and yellow, and that also matches the seasonal trends, and theirs are pink and like a purpley blue. Also, as I've just said, mine is suited to the seasons. As the issue is coming out in the summer, I used bright yellow as this has connotations of summer and happiness, and I feel like this is the kind of magazine that my audience will want in that season, and they want something to be happy and look forward to. Like by reading this, it will cheer them up and really get them excited for summer. There's a band at the bottom of the cover, which mine is yellow and theirs is blue, with an arrow which is the same as theirs. And this band has pictures of posters that will be in the magazine. Cover lines include ones about celebrities, boy bands, boys and fashion, because I really think that these are the ones that the audience will look for and will really target them and get them to buy the magazine, which is their main aim. The cover line placings are quite similar as well, and they're also in boxes with like the colour boxes and the white font or vice versa. So you have them on the left hand side and at the top of the right hand side as well. Also placings of just boring things like the barcode, the issue number and the date are in the right hand bottom corner, just so it's not like the main thing you look at, but it is an essential thing that you need on the magazine obviously. And this is very conventional of all magazines. This is my contents page, and this is We Love Pop's contents page. And you could be mistaken for thinking they are from the same magazine because they just flow so aesthetically well together. What I really liked about their magazine and their contents page is they don't say content at the top, which a lot of magazines do, and is a bit boring, and I think the target audience will want something fun. So instead of wearing contents page, they play on words and they put we love this ... so what. So theirs is a play on words with we love pop, we love this, and mine's called popular, and so I've put popular now, like what's going to be popular in this magazine and what is popular in the media right now. So the placings of the cover star are in the middle of the page near the top, and this is a large picture, so obviously I've got Julia, and there on theirs they have the Saturdays, and this is in a square in the middle of the page. Also sticking on the layout, there's an editor's note on the left hand side at the top, So I wrote mine, and obviously their editor wrote theirs. And this is just to make the magazine seem more personal, because that's what the audience will want. They'll feel like they know, because then they feel like they know the magazine and they feel like it's more connected. So say if they give advice, they're more likely to follow it, and they're more likely to want to buy the next magazine. Again, on the layout side of things, there's 3 pictures down the right hand side. These relate to a page in the magazine, and they have a bit of text underneath talking about what the page will include. There's also page numbers in boxes on these images, and the same with We Love Pops. These are fairly big, and they're in the bottom right hand corner of the picture, so they're in the main picture and the 3 ones going down the side. There's a band of information down the bottom of the page. Theirs contains posters, but mine contains extra information about the magazine. I didn't use posters on my one because I didn't have enough pictures to make different posters for the magazine like they did, and obviously I wanted all the images to be my own, so like the one in the corner is my own image, but that's the only other picture that I hadn't used on the other pieces of the magazine. There's also a box on the left hand side, kind of in the middle of the page, with all the other page numbers and their content on. So this is just like the typical contents page convention. This has the page numbers in a bigger font like theirs does, and then the page information on a smaller font just next to it, and there's 2 lists of these next to each other. Also small things like the website being at the bottom of the page in the right hand corner, and is the same to We Love Pops, with the page number being there as well in quite a bold font. Also, the content that I've chosen to put on the contents page is very similar. So it talks about, again, boy bands, boys, fashion, music, and then some of the smaller things that will still interest some people, but not all of the audience are on the list of things. So they can still look, but it's not there for everyone. It's just there for you to look at and think, oh yeah, they have got this, and then that will attract smaller kind of niche markets within the big market. This is my double page spread with, again, We Love Pops double page spread. My one's at the top and theirs is the bottom one. So one of the similarities is that the articles are in columns. So they've got like 4-ish columns, and so have I. The questions that the interviewer asked from the magazine and the artist's answers are in different colours. There is a big picture of the cover star. Theirs is on the right hand side, mine is on the left, but I've seen plenty of their double page spread covers that the artist is on the left hand side, and they're in a fun pose that will brighten up the article, and they just look very happy, and they follow the stereotypical like girly conventions of looking beautiful. The article is fun and light-hearted, and it's an interview asking typical questions that would interest the audience, as they do like to know about the pop stars that they follow and find out any extra information or gossip about them. There is a huge pull quote from their interview on the top hand side of the left hand page. Mine says, "I want to be a Disney princess," and there's also a little picture in the middle of the article that can relate to either the pop star on their own or one of the answers to the questions. There's also just other little conventions, like the artist name being on the right hand page on the right hand side at the top, and the website and page number being at the bottom of the page.